Hey everyone, welcome to another top 10 list. This week's top 10 list is the top 10 places that you can buy currency. There are obviously a lot of places you can choose to buy currency. There are more places to go than I can possibly name. So I'm going to ask you guys right off the bat, if you have a place that you like to get currency that I don't mention in this top 10 list, please put that down in the comments. I want to thank Derek Paget for suggesting this list to me. Derek said that he doesn't have a whole lot of choices when it comes to buying stuff, and of course there's a lot of the standards that we'll get into, but he was wondering what other places can you go. So that inspired me to do the top 10 places you can buy notes. Now, I'm going to start off with a couple honorable mentions, and the reason these are honorable mentions is because they are great places to get notes, but I personally have never gotten notes from them. Okay, so honorable mention number one, I'm going to show you Heritage Auctions. Heritage Auctions is HA.com, basically, is what that is. Heritage Auctions is one of the largest auction houses for collectible merchandise, whether it be currency, whether it be baseball cards, whether it be sports memorabilia. When it comes to auctions, they are like the king. That's where you're supposed to go. Now, I have never purchased anything through Heritage Auctions because Heritage tends to key on the top pop stuff. Not that you can't find other stuff there, but if you want the best of the best, you tend to go to Heritage Auction. They have fees as well as your bid price. If you're a seller, there's fees as well. There's a lot of hidden fees and stuff as far as using this particular auction. That kind of deters from my participating in Heritage Auctions. I'm always out trying to find the best deal. I'm not necessarily out trying to find the best item, if that makes sense to you guys. So that's honorable mention number one, Heritage Auctions. Check those guys out if you're looking for the best of the best. Just be aware you could be paying a little bit more for it. Another honorable mention, Facebook. There are Facebook groups out there that deal in currency, that deal in coins, that deal in specific different types of collections like that. I am not on Facebook. I am being one of those people who are adamant that I'm not going to give in. I had a MySpace account back in the day, and that just totally took away from my life because I was more worried about what was going on MySpace than I was worried about what was going on in front of me. So when Facebook became the thing, I just sidestepped it. So I couldn't really tell you the first thing about Facebook, but I know that there are Facebook groups. There are groups that will talk about currency, and they will buy and sell and trade stuff with each other as well. So that's another place that you can look as far as getting currency. Another honorable mention that I have is, let me take a quick peek on here, garage sales. I wanted to make sure that you guys know that if you go to a garage sale or a rummage sale, you are likely to find people's collections or deceased people's collections. Whether it, like I said, a garage sale, a rummage sale, an estate sale, anything like that, you are likely to find different types of merchandise. Because of the way the world has been in 2020, I have not gone to any garage sales or any estate sales. There just haven't been that many to go to anyway, but the last thing I want to do is hang around a bunch of people I don't know in their house, in their garage, whatever the case is. Anyway, when the world gets back to normal, check out the garage sales, check out rummage sales. There's all kinds of stuff that can be found, I'm sure, but not a place that I personally have found stuff. So those are my honorable mentions. So let's get to the actual list. Number 10, I'm going to start off with finding notes in circulation. Okay, this is a $100 bill, and I got this just when I was exchanging my singles for 100s, my singles for my strap searches, and you'll notice that this one's a repeater, 5668, 5668. I got this quite literally in circulation. If I was just putting the $100 bill in my wallet, that's how I got it from the bank, just making change. So the first place you want to look for collectibles, in your pocket. The notes that you find in circulation, well, they could just as well be as interesting as this particular one. So yeah, that's number 10, finding notes in circulation. Number 9, Number 9, of course, would be going to the bank. When I go to the bank and I specifically buy straps or order straps, I go through all of those particular straps, just like coin roll hunting. I don't call that finding it in circulation because it's not like I spent it or got it in change or anything. When you go to the bank and you say, hey, can I have a whole bunch of stuff to look through? It's hard to say that's circulated. So I called this going to the bank, and this particular one is a web note. You can see right here, it just has the one little digit there. It has nothing in this corner over here. So this is a web note I found at a bank, not in circulation. I didn't find it spending money. I found it just going to the bank saying, hey, can I buy a bunch of singles from you? So yeah, your bank can be a great source for you. That's number 9. Number 8. Well, while you're at the bank, befriend your tellers. The tellers will see stuff and they'll hold it for you if you befriend the tellers. And you'll end up with the tellers coming running to you going, look what I found. I saved this for you. Well, this particular one I got from a teller. This is a 1928A $100 bill. Yeah, it's got some pencil marks on there. I could probably take it out of here and try erasing those, but I'm not really prepared to try to not damage this note as I speak right now. But yeah, I will gladly put this in a case. Buying this for face value from a bank, this was a great find for me. And this was set up because of a teller. I told the teller that I collect money, and they spotted this and they saved it for me. So yeah, it's not finding it in circulation. It's not finding it because I bought a bunch of notes at a bank. I got this because I befriended the teller, and the teller found this, saved it for me, sold it to me at face value. So that's number 8, the tellers. Number 7, we're going to be talking about making sure that your friends and family are aware of what you do. Now, this particular note, this is a $5 silver certificate, and it's a star note. And the way that I got this note is that my uncle happened to have been going through a book, and he found this as a bookmark, a $5 silver certificate, and it's a star note. Now, rather than him just going and spending this, he knew that I collect old currency. So he got a hold of me and said, hey, I found this. I'll send this your way. So yeah, by having your friends and your family on the lookout for you is another way that you're going to start accumulating stuff in your collection. So make sure to let people know that, hey, you do this. You do collect old stuff like this. And you never know who is going to find stuff and bring it to you. So yeah, that's the next one, number 7, 10, 9, 8, 7. Number 6, this one was fun. Look for ads in the paper. And when I say ads in the newspaper, I've told this story a couple times. This particular note, I found an ad in the paper where a guy rented out a portion of a convention hall at a local hotel. And he said, bring your antiques, bring your collectibles, top dollar paid for your stuff. So I brought a bunch of stuff, and I made it clear that I knew what my stuff was and I knew what it was worth. So he didn't bother to try to lowball me. But I asked him, I said, do you have anything similar to what I brought in? And he pulled out this. And this is an incredibly nice $18.99 $1 Black Eagle. This silver certificate is really good shape. And he said, oh yeah, I bought it for $60. I just have to make a profit, so you can have it for $65. So yeah, I scooped this up in a heartbeat, knowing that in this condition, it's worth about 3 times that. So yeah, check your newspapers. Look for people that are trying to hustle, and maybe you can hustle the hustler, or con, as I put it when I did the video on this particular one. All right, so that's number 6. Number 5. Let's see. Number 5. Don't forget to check out pawn shops. Now, I was at a pawn shop, and they had some coins, and this was one of the coins that was in there. You don't see me doing a whole lot with coins, of course, but I do have a handful, and if I zoom in real close, you can see there's an S mint mark on this particular one, and this being a 1903 S. This is one of the key date Morgans, and you can see the 150 there. Well, it didn't have that one. When I got this particular note, it was priced at 50. And I'm the one that put the 1 on there after I purchased it because, well, if you guys know Morgans, you know that this one is one of the ones that's worth a little bit of money. So yeah, by checking a pawn shop, I found this mispriced item and was able to scoop that up. So don't forget to check out pawn shops. Bring your price guide, because they may have priced it 4 years ago and have no idea what it's worth now. So yeah, keep that in mind as far as pawn shops go. That would be number 5. Number 4 on my list. Number 4, when I'm at work, I will also tell people that are at my place of work that I collect stuff. And I had a customer bring this note to me. And this is a freak note. This is an error note. You can see the upper right-hand corner. This is miscut. And what happened was, this was the top right of the sheet, and the corner was folded over, and then the page got cut. So this portion of the note isn't supposed to be there, but it's definitely part of the bill. You can see the crease where it was folded before it was cut. So yeah, that is what they consider a freak note. It could happen to any note. These usually don't get out into circulation, but this one did, and he found it, and he knew that I collected, so yeah, I gave him a little bit for it. And I was thankful, because I know that whatever I gave him was going to be less than I'd have to pay in a shop. He was happy because what I gave him is more than a shop would pay him. And he knows that this note got into the hands of someone who will appreciate it. So it was wins all around. So yeah, make sure that the people you see at work also know what you do. This one, like I said, from a customer, great find for me. That was number 4. Number 3, we are talking about antique shops. I went to an antique shop, and they were having their going out of business sale. And there was a huge sign on the door that said everything was 50% off. So, of course, I went to where their old money was, and I started looking. And as I started looking at everything, they quickly cleared up that, oh, no, we're not selling the money and the silver coins for 50% off. And I was a little perturbed at that. But then I looked to see how they were priced, and they were priced ridiculous. And I said so. I says, even at 50% off, you got this stuff marked up. He says, oh, no, I don't. And then he pulled out his own gray sheet, was it, for coins? And proved me correct that he had everything ridiculously overpriced. So I gave him half of what green sheet was, or gray sheet was, and this was also one of the notes that was there. I think he had, I forget what he had this one priced at, but that's how I got this particular note, was going to an antique shop that was about to go out of business. Like I said, they wanted 50% off of everything, and they would have got it from me because I just figured it would be a good deal. So that is number 3. Number two on my list, this I got from my local coin shop, my LCS. My local coin shop had this, and this was the one note that I actually got graded. They had it out there. To me, this note looked beautiful. I couldn't believe it wasn't graded. I couldn't believe it only graded at a 25. I was very interested in this note, so I scooped it up. My LCS knows that I like to collect old notes, so they will get some nice high-demand notes because they know I'll scoop them up if I don't have them. So don't forget about your LCS. That is a great place to find stuff. Let them know what you collect, and they'll keep an eye out for you. They want to make a profit as bad as anybody else, so if they can find something they know they can flip, well, another win-win. So that's from your LCS. And finally, number 1 on my list. Well, you guys were probably waiting for it for a while. Got this one off of eBay. Of course, eBay is the place I probably get most of my notes, just because everybody seems to be in lockdown right now. I'm finding all kinds of interesting stuff on eBay. This was the neatest thing that I had purchased, my Lazy Deuce from 1863, if I remember correctly. My Lazy Deuce I got off of eBay. It's great when you can see 5 or 6 notes like this side by side. You can compare their price as well as their condition. Side by side is the best way to go. If you're not familiar with how notes should grade, nothing is more helpful than looking at notes side by side like that on eBay. Considering any day of the week you can go on eBay and see dozens and dozens of notes in various grades, by taking a peek at that, you're going to start being able to grade notes on your own. So yeah, number 1 on my list most certainly is eBay. So that's what I've got for you guys this week, my top 10 places that I get notes from. If you have a place that I didn't mention, please leave that down in the comments. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be looking at this, hoping to find other places that they can look as well. Derek, thank you very much for suggesting this to me. I was I was immediately struck by how helpful this would be, so I put it together as fast as I could to get out for you. Guys, thanks for watching. And if you have an idea for a list, don't forget to leave that in the comments as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next week.